Grand Rising,
Grand
everybody.
Rising, everyone.
Greetings and peace and blessings to everybody today. We're out here today. We got a beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
We happen to be down in Albuquerque today. We're taking us a little breather. Take these glasses off. We just finished the plumbing.
Yeah.
Man, let me qualify. When I say plumbing, I mean exhaust plumbing or what drainage plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was some work.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad we're done with it.
Man, I'm gonna say this though. We have the only video on YouTube that illustrates and shows you actually doing the drainage plumbing.
Yeah.
I looked. There ain't one. And I don't know why.
Right. Exactly.
I know why now.
Yeah. And that's the part that gets me is that, and that's what we try to show in our videos is the, not just us creating the shipping container home and all of the, niceness of it, but the functionality of it. And that we are doing the functionality of this home.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to show that in our videos.
Okay, that's right on point. My wife brings me right to my point. Thank you, baby. She'll be right on cue. All right, so lessons. We're going to start off with lessons. Lesson I learned from this project that I kind of knew, but I never really spoke to before, so I'm going to speak to it today. There's basically 4 steps in building a home or building a house. And if you decide to take this on, you really need to lay out these 4 steps and, kind of go through them. And these 4 steps get created through an architect or through the architecture plan. So again, for like the 10th time, if you got the bread, pay an architect.
Yeah.
Or take some architect classes. We had a guy reach out to us. I forget his name, so brother, forgive me, but I want to give you a thumbs up. I'm just having a brain freeze at the moment because it's just hitting me. But he reached out to us with some questions about shipping container, and I believe he's in Louisiana or Florida.
I thought it was California, but I don't know.
No, it was either Louisiana or Florida because he talked about his gumbo.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay.
But anyway, he had these plans, and he shot them to us and asked us to look at them and blah blah blah. I was like, damn, you did a damn good job. Mm-hmm. Whoever architect you got. And he said, no, I took some architect classes. I mean, he's an older gentleman. He was like in his 70s. I was like, wow, okay. But anyway, my point being is either pay somebody or learn how to do it yourself. But you need a plan. So these are the 4 steps that I want to communicate out to people to understand if you do bite this off. Get these 4 steps down, and you better know them. Okay. First step is you need to really understand foundations. Okay. Foundation is step 1. What is your foundation going to be made out of? Is it going to be flat on the ground? Is it going to be elevated in the air? Because your foundation has a role with your plumbing. So if you're going to put your foundation flat on the ground and pour a concrete slab, then you got to put your plumbing in the ground, right? So the foundation is the very first key thing to think about, all right? Second thing you need to think about is the structure. What's it going to be made out of? Wood, block, steel. Some of these other places have some of these earth bag homes and some of this other stuff, and that's all fine and dandy. I'm not slamming it. I'm just saying, you better think about the 3 little pigs.
They're structurally sound, but
right,
that's a lot of manual labor.
Right.
So you got to think about the manual labor that it entails.
Right. You got to think about the labor, and if you clued into what's going on, you better think about them 3 little pigs and what you build out of.
Right.
So okay, 4th thing, functionality. Okay, you got to think about how that house is going to function. You got to think about the plumbing, the inlet, the water, the heating, the insulation. If you saw the last couple of videos, we didn't do any intros on them, But like we showed the insulation we put on the outside. So we got insulation board on the outside, insulation on the inside. You know, a lot of people thought we were going to be living in a hot box. Like, you going to have windows? Is it going to be hot? You know.
Right.
So, you know, we got insulation on the outside of the metal, as well as we got R15 on the inside. So our walls are going to be just about R25 almost. Yeah, because we got insulation on the wood and on the inside of the framing, as you saw, and we'll have the wool. The what's it called, baby? The
Rock wool.
Rock wool. So we'll have the rock wool, and we got the board on the outside. So, you know, somebody say, well, you're overdoing it. Well, no, when you're out here in this desert and it's hot and you don't have an air conditioner that you can just slap on and run central air, you got to make sure that house is cool or stays at a pretty stagnant temperature around 70 something. You know, we're shooting for 72 degrees as a stagnant temperature. So that's 3, okay, functionality. All right, the 4th one is comfort. Okay, comfort is last, but it's relevant. You know, my wife wants certain things. She wants things to look a certain way. You know, she wants certain tiles, which y'all gonna see that in a minute. She wants certain type of sinks and tubs, and So comfort is 4th. So I'm gonna recap. So you got foundation, you got structure, you got functionality, and you got comfort. All right. You got to think about those 4 things in your building design, which if you have an architect, those things kind of get addressed. If you don't have an architect, you better address them yourself and think through them. So I'm going to stop there and let my wife give you her 2 cents.
Just as it relates to the plumbing, and I mentioned it in the video about, like my husband said, having an architect, because it's important to have things drawn out, and then when you get to actually completing the task or embarking on the task, actually laying it out. So you'll see us like laying out the pieces for the plumbing, because you know it's one thing to have it in your mind and one thing to draw it out, and then to actually see how everything is going to play out, because it may not play out the way you've drawn it out yourself if you're not an architect, or the way you envision it. So to know that you have all the proper materials that you're going to need is important.
So, you know, somebody asked a question like, what's first thing you do when you're going off grid? And I just interject this. It's kind of off topic, so forgive me. Go visit somebody. That's already doing it, you know.
We wish we had.
You know. And speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to my man Dwayne and Sharita. You know, they came out and visited, and they were some of our YouTube followers, and you know, I want to give them a shout out and a big thumbs up. You know, for them taking the steps and procedures to try to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? It really makes us feel good. You know, because again, we don't get no money from YouTube, so we're not doing this to chase money. We're not doing this to chase views. We're doing this to look for those conscious people who are awake enough to understand you can get out. Okay, shit's getting tight. You know, shit's getting tight, but you can get out. So I'm gonna step a little bit into that now before we get to the video, because you know, y'all got 2 videos out me without no preaching. You know what I'm saying? So you know you got to get it on this one. But we do the videos for that purpose. And speaking of that purpose, you know, last video where I spoke, I talked about attentiveness and preparedness. So what I want to do today is not just talk about it, but actually give you some thoughts into being prepared. Because as you can see, shit getting thick, man. Shit getting thick. They mandating these snake bites, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, I don't want to step on any toes, because some of y'all already did it, you know, and I'm not trying to take a position or make a point about whether or not what you did was a right or wrong thing. But I just want to say to you, pay attention to what these people are doing. They're offering money. They're offering lotteries. Now they're mandating what you put in your body and telling you you can't go to a movie or to dinner. Well, pick up the book, that Bible book, and look up Revelations 13, 11 through 8. And it tells you,
11 through 18.
11 through 18, I'm sorry. It tells you can't buy or sell without that mark, without that bite. You can't buy or sell nothing. And it tells you also wisdom is needed here. It's telling you it's a puzzle. It's telling you it's a situation that you must be attentive to. So, now that I spoke on attentiveness, I'm going to get off the snake bite. I'm gonna jump to the preparedness thing. So this is a real communication for you guys. Take what I'm about to say very serious right now. You need certain things. I had to take notes because this was so relevant for me. If you haven't done it yet, get a generator.
For real.
For real. We've been telling you about these storms, again, since we left. These storms are getting real. Look up some website channels that talk about the weather. A great one is SOTT, Sign of the Times. I watched that one. Pay attention to what's going on. You got California on fire. You got Europe on fire. You got floods every other week. You got storms every other week. Pay attention to this. If you think you're exempt because you're not seeing it on a daily basis, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? Generator. Build up your food storage. All right? Your food storage really needs to get built up. Food's about to get tight. Now they're broadcasting no more bacon.
I know, right?
For all
pig shortage.
Yeah, for all of y'all that still indulge in that swine, I don't indulge, but to those of you who do, that's your thing. But I'm gonna tell you now, it's about to be a bacon shortage. All right. So build up your food supplies. Canned goods, dry goods are your best choices. Okay. Start programming yourself to eat less meat. Start taking meat down in your diet. Because that way when meat get tight, your brain ain't gonna go through a culture shock. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna go through a mental withdrawal, because that mental withdrawal gonna fuck with you. Third thing, we're always talking about the gardening. Step your gardening up. All right. Fourth thing, and this is a real important one here because people don't think about this one. If there's a major event, a catastrophic weather situation, does your family have a plan? Do you have a plan where to go? Do you have a plan how to get there? Do you have a plan how to communicate if there's a power outage? If you got power and gas outage and your kid halfway across the country in college, do you have a plan for that kid to get home? Think about that. Because some of y'all going to get caught with your pants down if you don't think about this stuff. All right? Real talk. You got parents or grandparents or people scattered around. And I'm thinking about some real specific people at the moment. Do you have a plan on how to get yourselves together as a family? And because a fist is much stronger than a finger. So a family is much stronger than the individual. Think about that. Next thing, think about, water. Well, a lot of people think they need to go to the store and buy a bunch of water. Well, not really.
Nope.
Set up a rain catch. Set up a rain catch off your house. Get a spot on your roof metaled out. Get your gutters cleaned up. Put a strainer on your gutter. Run that shit into a rain barrel. You don't have to worry about trying to get water and stuff from the store. Because if there's a power outage,
you won't be able to.
You ain't gonna be able to get no water. Your sink ain't gonna work. Your toilet ain't gonna flush. What's that?
We used to take, like, when we used to drink pop, we took our 2-liter bottles and rinsed them out and filled them up with water and kept them in our basement.
Yeah, you can do that too.
So you can do that.
So there's a lot of things you can do. So it don't have to be totally economically driven. So for those of you who, things might be a little tight, these are just some thoughts. So I'm trying to share some actual thoughts of preparedness to help you brainstorm through it. All right. Next thing, this might be a reach for some of you, but for some of you it might make some sense. get you some chickens. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Just don't get no roosters.
No,
You know,
roosters
'cause
make noise.
Roosters gonna make a lot of noise, and all your
Hens
neighbors
don't.
gonna know.
Right.
But
Hens don't make noise.
you can sneak some chickens in,
I know, right?
and your neighbors won't know.
Right, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can build your fence up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make yourself have a privacy fence if you can have fences. You know, if
Right.
you're in a neighborhood where you can't have fences, you know, hey, you know,
Right.
you picked a bad spot. You thought you was in the good spot, but you know, you know, you got 5 chickens, you got 5 eggs a day.
That's real.
You know,
That's
that means
real.
every day you got some breakfast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So those are some thoughts I want to give you about, you know, about getting prepared. So I wanted to actually give you some answers, you know, and be mindful that, you know, the powers that be right now are using punitive reinforcement. Telling you, you know, if you don't get this snake bite, gotta go back to covering your face up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's getting thick, people. Pay attention. And again, critically think. Question the stuff they tell you. So I'm going to let my wife throw some stuff in here because, you know, I'll go on. I'll let y'all slide on last 2 videos. Go ahead, Hattie.
No, I don't have that much to say. I think you've covered, you know, everything. You know, our communication to you guys is, you know, no matter what you believe or what you think is going to happen, just like you have car insurance in case you get in an accident, you know, insure yourself, insure your life.
That's
as
real.
far as, you know, getting prepared.
That's real.
And in case something happens, because you just never know,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, there's no lose-lose in that.
That's real.
So, you know, as we do our videos in building this house, you know, no matter whether you feel we're going overboard or it's not something that everyone can do, we're doing our best to ensure that in case shit happens. And if shit doesn't happen, we're still good.
Yeah, that's
You
real.
know, there's nothing that we're losing here. And that's the message that we want to give to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And to do it in your own way, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, do it in your own
So,
way.
you know, I hope you get that message, and we're sending it with love. And we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope, you know, you're learning something from watching our journey. And we
Man.
appreciate you guys sharing in our journey.
We do.
We really
We
do.
want to tell you we do appreciate you. We appreciate those of you who are trying to wake up, trying to follow, trying to understand. We support you with our energy. When we do our meditations, we send this positive energy out
That's
to
right.
you, and we want you to receive it. And we want that awakening and that enlightenment to happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to. You know, there has to be groups of us. There has to be a unity of us, because this thing, you know, catalyst is upon us.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you're not gonna have all this drama and not have a catalyst.
That's right.
Remember that.
That's right.
Till next time,
Be free.
be free.
I didn't realize that thing was
Okay, hey everybody. Okay, we're back to the house.
I know we missed the house
Yeah,
now.
we miss working on our house. So I have to start it with the hardest job on that, the plumbing. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna dry lay out all of the piping. Because again, we're novices. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing. So I drew it out to try to figure out all my couplings and all my swoops and all my, you know, things I need. So what I'm gonna do now is lay it out, kind of get some rough measurements, figure out some cuts, figure out some measurements, and then after that, I'll get up under there and start connecting them. Make sure all my holes are drilled, and then kind of go from there. So you probably won't see a lot of footage underneath. You'll probably have a little bit here and there, but for the most part, us laying it out in the dry lay, you'll kind of see how it's gonna go. Okay? All right. Till next time. Be free.
Okay, guys, so what we have done here is we've created a layout of our plumbing situation for the house. So this is fundamentally how everything would be connected as far as the master bath, the toilet, the tub, the shower, going into the main line, and the guest bathroom, and then the kitchen. So we laid everything out so we can see, you know, how we're putting this together, and to see what pieces we're missing, what else we're going to need, and to kind of fundamentally know what we're doing before we actually get to placing everything. Because it's one thing to have it in your head, it's another thing to draw it out, and then it's another thing to map it out. So that's what we've done. We've mapped this out. So now we're about to go inside, clear some space, and get started with connecting some of these pieces. And let me show you our drawing, just so you can see how we drew it out. So we drew it out with all the components. So we kind of have a thought of what we're doing, even though we don't know what we're doing. But it helps to not have it all in your head. What are you doing, baby?
I'm making a goddamn mess.
You're making a mess. Making all the messes.
I'll explain it to you in a minute.
All right.
Just watch your husband's frustration.
All right. I like your bionic knees.
You like my bionic
My baby
knees?
got some bionic knees.
Why you want to treat me so bad? You see the shit my wife puts me through? Do you see this? YouTube? I'm being tortured. This just ain't right.
Yes, it is. It's all right.
This just ain't right. So anyway, now I'll explain what I did. Whew. So, what I did was, this is where our kitchen sink is going, our laundry sink for the wash machine. It's going to come through here. I was going to go through here and come down into the ground, into the pipe that's going like this, right? So anyway, come on.
All right.
When I cut the hole to go down into the hole here, I'm hitting that steel. There's steel right there, which now I've cut. Which means now I could have potentially went back, but no, I can't. But anyway, it would have left my pipe like that, which, as you can see, wouldn't have worked out for my tile, because I needed this pipe here to land right here. So the fact that it didn't, can't you just pull out so you don't have to go up and down?
I got you.
So because it didn't, I had to come through lower so I could come all the way through, so I could meet the pipe. So that's why I'm up under there with all this metal kicking my ass. Whew. Which it did a doozy on me. But as you can see, now I can go through the hole with my PVC pipe.
All right.
So, till next time. Turn my light off so I'm glaring.
So I'm blind us.
So, this is what we doing, y'all. This is how we spend our Saturday.
Yeah, I know, right? Under the house.
Right, but we're not underwater.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
So, alright, so what we're doing is we're getting the rest of this drain line going. What you see here is me getting my slope. I don't know if you guys can see the bubble in there.
They can't.
But I have to be 1/4 inch per foot is the slope that's standard code to make sure your water runs right. So I'm using my level to try to kind of figure that out. I think I kind of got it. So what I'm going to do now is that's my vent pipe there. This is my toilet pipe here. And this is my main drain here. I don't know if my wife can get it all the way back there. Can you get it back there, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we've laid so far. Coming out the kitchen and coming out the laundry room. So now we're going to lay this one here this is our half bath. And then we're about halfway. So that's what y'all about to watch me do. I got my zip tool. That's what I call it. Oh shit, it ain't working.
I tested it. Oh.
There we go. My wife broke it.
Don't even try it.
There we go. See? Zip. So I call it my zip tool.
It's a thingamajiggle.
Alright. So here I go. Wish me luck. Oh God, I lost my light already.
Fell off your head.
Yeah. Okay. Next time, put some damn rubber gloves on.
Okay.
Really?
Did it break? You gotta buy another one.
more.
So my husband left me up under the house, and I happened to turn around and notice the snake. He would leave me up under here with a snake. I can't tell how big it is. You always got to be aware out here and look, because if not, you will get caught off guard with a not so nice surprise. It looks like it's a pretty long, big snake. Okay, so we've connected the guest bathroom sink drain. That's connected to the main drain here. And now we're connecting the toilet to the main drain. And once we're done, this side of the house will be complete. And then the only thing we have to do is connect and do all the drainage for the master bathroom.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This shit sucks.
It does. It's so claustrophobic.
This is probably one of the worst things we had to do.
Shout out to all the plumbers out there.
Shout out to all the plumbers,
gangster.
man. Shout out to the plumbers, man. Being a plumber, y'all underpaid.
I know, right? For
y'all
real.
should really be at least $150 an hour.
They probably are.
No, most of them about 50,
Oh, okay.
maybe 60, 70, maybe 100.
Yeah.
Real talk.
They deserve it.
They got this shit backwards.
Right, they do.
They got this shit backwards.
But anyway.
All right. So I'm going to glue this one in here first. Then we'll glue this one in.
All right.
All right. So what I need you to do is just kind of
hold that.
I'm Gucci.
All right.
Call me Gucci Man.
Hold it by itself.
Keep your camera going.
Okay, I'm going to try to get footage.
Well, here, I got this thing.
You sure?
Yeah, I put it right here.
All right.
I'm just trying to keep it clean.
Okay, I got you. Oh, God. Where'd that little garden snake go?
I don't know. As long as we don't bring his little garden ass over here.
I know, go in the garden, but not my garden.
I'm trying to keep cold. You're like, shit.
I don't blame him. It is nice and cool under here, y'all.
It is. Cool.
It's tight, but it's cool. Let me hold it. Think you need more on here?
No, I put a lot inside the hole.
Oh, okay. Let's move it out your way.
Check my slope. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, slope is good.
So explain your slope.
Okay, all right. So that's level right there. See this? That's level. You do not want your pipe level. It has to have a slope. Slope has to be 1/4 inch per foot. So if you look at that to level, I'm probably about a good inch or so, 2 inches maybe. So I got more than enough slope. So if you look at this pipe going all the way back, you'll see how the pipe has been sloped all the way down. So what I'm going to do now is put some plumber's tape on it right here at this point so it can stay right there where I need it to stay. And I'm going to tell you, I don't ever want to do no plumbing shit ever, ever, ever. Ever, 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 ever. Don't you ever come around here no more. Bring your fucking ass over here no more. I don't never want to do this shit ever again. This shit is the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
saying come in here.
Ooh, it feel good in here.
It is. It's nice and cool.
This thing is insulated. Getting insulated.
Getting
anyway.
it. Yeah.
It feel good. Okay, so what I'm holding up here is my shower connection. I'm sharing this because if any of y'all trying to put a shipping container home together, the venting is a real big deal that you got to conquer. All right. So what I've learned is on things that are small venting, you can put these little vents on them and bring air through it. So what I got is my P-trap. So my tube from my shower is going to come here. It's going to trap out. And then from here, I'm going to convert back to my 3-inch pipe, come back to my main drain. And what I've decided to do was just do this for venting, because it's just going to be one drain coming down 17 feet. It's going to be hard to siphon from the water out of here for a P-trap. So that's the whole thing for the venting, is to make sure other water movements through your pipes don't siphon your P-trap water out, because this water here is supposed to stay here so gas can't come backwards and come into your house, out your sewer or your septic. I think I said that, but I'm saying it again. So I just wanted to share this with you, because this took me a whole night of sleep, and then I was in the shower, and I said, by golly, I got it. So again, to all you plumbers out there, hats off.
For real.
Till next time. So I'm going to crawl my ass up under here now and hook this up.
Cool beans.
It's just a label.
Okay. You did it, baby. You got it in there.
I know how to get it in there, baby.
I know you know how to get it in there.
I've been getting it in there a long time, baby. I've been getting it in there.
I ain't got time.
Dabba.
Right. All right. So this is a master bathroom, and we have all the plumbing, the drainage plumbing completed. So got the drainage pipe going to through the floor for the toilet. That's the vent pipe connecting the sinks. Let me move these out the way so you can kind of see. All of these are complete. So that's complete. Got the P-traps attached for the sinks. Going all the way. Vent pipe, double sink, P-trap connected already for this one. And you saw the plumbing for the tub, so we put the board back on. So just put everything back in place. So now we have to do the inflow plumbing, and that'll be in a separate video. But we have all the drainage plumbing for the bathroom. So we're making progress, guys.
Making progress.
Making progress. This plumbing is a big deal.
Man.
Whew.
Man. Everything's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
Man.
From laying blocking you ain't never laid it.
Right.
To laying plumbing pipe and you ain't never did it. Man.
It's a lot. And we still got electrical.
Man, if I would have knew, I probably wouldn't have did this shit.
I know, right? For real.
But, I'm very glad I did.
Oh, yes. No regrets.
I'm
no
gonna say
regrets.
this again. I done said it in 10 videos. No mortgage note when I'm done.
That's right.
$73 a year property taxes.
There you go.
No light bill. No gas bill. No water bill. Message.